Hey everyone, John here from Bite Size Cruises. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Going to take you on a little tour here of the NCL ENCORE. I'm mostly going to let you enjoy the tour. I'm just going to give you some highlights along the way. We're going to start here on deck 17, which is the upper pool deck. And here we're just going to wind around the pool deck. We're going to show you around. Obviously the water slides are up here. You have two water slides. You have this one, which is a little float one where you can ride a float down. The other side are two racer, it's like a racer drop slide. So that one's way more aggressive. This one's very nice. Anyone can go on it. And as you can see, there are some hot tubs up here as well, and plenty of chairs to go around up on the upper pool deck, which is usually never a real problem. These ones centrally located do get busy during the day, but otherwise it's pretty laid back up here most of the time. And we'll just wind around. Obviously the jogging track is up here as well. And I quickly wanted to show you up here, which is just a little hidden gem. If you're just trying to get some sun and peace and quiet, it's up on deck 19. There is this little sun deck out here. You can walk up there, or as you can see, you can pop out through there. But this does give you a decent amount of deck space. It is tight, but there was never anyone up here. It's very quiet. So if you just want some peace and quiet and to get some sun or maybe read a book over here in the shade, just a little hidden gem for you there. Dropping down to deck 17, we're going to go to Le Bistro. This is right under the racetrack, which is a strange placement for Le Bistro since it is a nice restaurant, but it does the racetrack does close pretty early. So Le Bistro, beautiful French restaurant, one of my favorite dining options. It is additional to your cruise fare. It's a specialty dining restaurant. Up next, we have the American Diner here we're going to check out, which is now not specialty dining. It is included in your cruise fare. So you can go to the American Diner anytime you like over the course of your cruise. They do serve breakfast and lunch, not open for dinner. Pro tip there, just so you know. Now we have the racetrack here on deck 18. This is fun. I recommend you do it once. It is $15, so it does cost you a little bit more, but it is a ton of fun. You get 10 laps. So go check it out. It is a ton of fun. You do have to be careful though. You can't like ram into people. It's not bumper cars. They do move pretty fast. It doesn't look like they're going fast, but you can get up to about 30 miles an hour in these. So something to think about. Then we're going to head up to deck 20 all the way to the top of the ship for laser tag. I didn't see anybody do this the entire time I was on the trip. During the day, as you can see, they have chairs up here and it becomes like a pseudo sun deck, which is an odd choice. But if you're looking for peace and quiet, trying to get away from the crowds, this is probably a pretty good option for you. You can easily kind of avoid most of the people. I don't think most people even knew there were chairs up here. So as you can see, these folks in the back had a great idea. They got up here early, they got their towels on their chairs, and they have beautiful sun deck position for the whole day, pretty much unbothered by anyone other than people like me who are coming up just to film things and walk around. So, and you can see beautiful sweeping views. The laser tag arena is really cool here. It's very open, which is interesting. But I like that it's like this destruction of worlds. It's pretty cool. They did get rid of this on Joy recently, and they added more room to the Vibe Beach deck. So that may be something in the future for these. I don't know how much these laser tag arenas get used. So again, just something to think about. Here's your little racer slide. Wanted to grab this real quick for everyone so you can kind of get an idea what that looks like as well. Now we're going to drop down to deck 16 and we're going to check out the pool deck. I'm not going to talk a lot here. It is a pool deck. There are 2 pools. One pool is adults only, the other pool is open for everyone, and you can kind of get a good look here at everything that's going on the pool deck, and I'll let you enjoy that view. We pop up here back on the deck 17. I just wanted to give you the big overview of the pool deck and let you see the beautiful islands here, the crystal clear water here. Super, super, super nice. So just a little quick spin around here, and then we'll show you the rest of deck 17, looking down on the pool deck again, just so you can get an idea of where the layout is and kind of how to navigate around if you're looking for some space up on the upper pool deck. Obviously, this area is going to get a little more crowded during the day because of the water slide there, so people sit there and watch people go down the water slide. Families, of course, come up and kids keep doing the water slides over and over, but just so you know what's going on there. And there's just a quick shot of the entire pool deck, so you can kind of see how big it is. There are tons of chairs on the pool deck itself, so I never really saw any issues down there, and they take all those away at night for the theme parties. Here we are on deck 16, the Garden Cafe, which is the buffet offering. Here's the back where you have a ton of seating, and then both sides are essentially the same with the exception of the kind of side that you're looking at here. If you're going from the back to the front, on the right side, you're going to have an Indian selection, cold and hot Indian selections. On the other side of the buffet, you're going to have like your Asian noodles and noodle soups. So just if you're looking for one or the other of those, just so that you're aware. Otherwise, pretty much same selections on both sides. You're going to have your desserts, your fruits, you got your ice cream, some beverage stations, hamburgers and hot dogs, the whole 9 yards. And of course for breakfast, it's all your standards. Now we're going to drop down to 15 to one of my favorite spots on this class of ships that has this, which is the observation lounge. I love this space. It is huge. It is generally pretty quiet during the day. There are snacks here during the day, so light breakfast, some danishes, some yogurt, always having coffee, tea, iced tea, lemonade, all of that out pretty much all day. They do have tea, high tea in the afternoon, somewhat high tea, but they have snacks for lunch, snacks for dinner. You can get like little grab and go sandwiches and things. I like that. It's a nice little option for Norwegian that they did not have prior to these. And then I'll let you enjoy this, and when we get to the back, I'll talk a little bit about the very, very back. Then just a quick spin around here to give you an idea of the amazing views that you can see here. I just throw a filter on the camera here so it wasn't too bright, so you can actually see out the windows here and see how beautiful it is. Imagine if you were going to Alaska. This ship goes to Alaska during the summer. This and Norwegian Bliss as well. So it's just a beautiful, beautiful view there. Dropping down to deck 6 here and the mix bar. This is in between Taste and Savor in the aft of the ship or the back of the ship. Taste and Savor are your included main dining rooms. They're both pretty much exactly the same format. They're slightly different decor, same food, same menu. They open staggered times in the morning and for dinner. So one opens at like 6:30, one opens at 7. Same thing for dinner, 5 and 5:30. And the menus are out here on the wall all day. You can check them out. And then I just wanted to give you a little taste of each of these so you could see them. One of the things that we do when we're filming all around the ship is we try to be as minimally invasive as humanly possible. There are people working. I'm trying not to interrupt people while they're working. So if I don't go in and explore the spaces fully, that's generally why. There's people there, so I just peek in, get a quick video, and get out of the way as to not disturb people as they're working on the ship. Their job is way more important than mine. Here we have Teppanyaki in the middle of deck 6, and I wanted to give you a little action shot of Teppanyaki so you could see all the fun as they sing in there and you get the whole experience of Teppanyaki. Pop out of Teppanyaki and you have cocos, chocolates, and ice cream here. This is not included in your cruise fare. This is additional specialty coffees, hot chocolates during the day. They have like little candies out that you could buy. This was pretty crowded to my surprise during the whole trip. I saw a lot of people in here eating candies, getting ice cream sundaes, those type of things. Here's the library. This is tucked in behind the atrium on deck 6. Nice selection of books. They have some board games as well. We have a full Starbucks, which is hilarious to me. Literally a full store here. You can go in, you can buy any of the Starbucks swag, the mugs, the coffees, the whole 9 yards. Here we are at the front of deck 6, and this is Q Texas Smokehouse. It's a great place. They play country music in the evenings. You can come in, just grab drinks at the bar and watch some music, or you can have dinner here. It is a barbecue restaurant. It is not included in the cruise fare. It is specialty dining. And this is the atrium, which is right below the local. This is kind of midship. This is where guest services is, where your internet cafe is, specialty dining reservations, the whole 9 yards. This is where you would go. This is on the opposite side of Starbucks. And this is kind of the gathering place throughout the day and evening. We pop up to deck 7 here to the theater. As you can see, the Beatles' Invasion was performing this night. And they also got a little setup of the Choir of Man. This is the same theater setup for Choir of Man. It's a beautiful setup. This is an amazing show. If you go on Encore or if you go on Escape, go check out Choir of Man. It is an incredible show. Now we're going to wander all the way to the back of deck 7 here to the Manhattan room. This is also a main dining room of sorts. It is included in your cruise fare. It's just a nice, wide open, large space dining room. So we'll take a quick walk back through here just so you can see it, and I will let you enjoy that. Then we're going to pop down to the other end, the front side of deck 7, and you have the local here. The local is open just about 24 hours. They close for about 20-25 minutes during each meal, like at the end of each meal, so at the end of breakfast, lunch, and dinner, just to flip the menus and the staff a little bit, and then they are open all night for late night snacks. So this is a really, really big place. It does get crowded when shows are taking place down here in the atrium. Everyone gathers around those rails, so be aware of that. You won't be able to sit there for that, but you can still get room in the restaurant there or in some of these high tops over here, but they do fill up as well. People do not care that it's a restaurant, they just sit down. And the staff is usually super nice and they don't say anything. So just be aware of that. Not that it's a good or bad thing, something to be aware of. Then at the other end of the local here, they have a little arcade. And I wouldn't really categorize it as an arcade. It's more of these games of chance where you have to, swipe and then pay money to try to win something. You have a little bit of an arcade. We have some skee ball, a little bit of billiards, the basketball hoops, a couple games down there. And they do have darts at the very end. We're going to swing back around and then we are going to head out of the local and into the casino. I'm going to let you enjoy the casino on your own. It is a lovely casino. It's pretty large. And when it comes to it, I will show you where the smoking section is. This casino is all non-smoking. Right here on the left, you're going to see your non-smoking section. It's pretty cool. They have it all glassed off. It is actually a pretty nice size area. I'm sure the people that smoke don't enjoy that it's a smaller area, but it is a decent size area if you are gambling. Here's the Skyline Bar at the end of the casino. They usually have sports on here all day and night. So if your favorite football team is playing or whatever's going on, you'll see some of those events up here. And there is more casino space here. There is also coffee and tea here in the morning. Little pro tip. Deck 8 here, this is the photo gallery. You can now come over here and just swipe your card and check out your photos that have been taken by the cruise staff. You can also do it on your phone through the app, which is pretty cool. Didn't work perfectly, but it is a cool option. Right next to the photo gallery is going to be most of your shops. So I'm just going to give you a little shot at what one of the shops looks like. We don't need to see all of them. They're all, your standard cruise ship stores. This is the mid-ship, and then we're going to hit Sugar Cane Mojito Bar, which is right outside of that chandelier there. Sugar Cane Mojito Bar has an indoor space and an outdoor space that we will see in a little bit when we're walking around the outside of Deck 8. They do have music here at night, generally of a Latin flavor. But they did have some piano. They did have some seminars in here too from the spa. So you will see people up here during the day. Good deal. This is Ocean Blue. It is the seafood specialty dining restaurant. Wonderful meal here. Beautiful restaurant. The decor on Encore is really, really beautiful. I love this ship. It's very, very, very nice. Again, with all of these restaurants on deck 8, there is indoor and outdoor seating. Here is Onda by Scarpetta. This is the Italian restaurant on board. Again, indoor and outdoor seating. If you would like to sit outside when it's nice in the Caribbean, you can do that. They also do have heaters out there. Not that I think it would be great to sit out there during an Alaskan cruise, but it is something that is available to you if you are interested. Here we have Cellars, which is the wine bar on board the ship. They do wine tastings in here on every sea day. They do quite a few of them as well. And they have a sommelier here where you can go and get wine any night, and they will help you out. Slide down a little bit on deck 8 here to the Maltings Whiskey Bar. They do whiskey tastings here on sea days. And this is right outside of the Cavern Club and right outside of the Cigar Lounge. There is also a smoking lounge outdoor here on deck 8, so just something to be aware of. If you're in this area, it might smell a little smoky, just to give you a heads up. It's not terrible, I didn't really smell it, but if you're heading towards the doors there, it will smell smoky. Here's the Cavern Club. This is where they do the Beatles Invasion shows, which are very, very good. Pro tip, you have to get here about 45 minutes pre-show. This is a small room. Looks like a decent size, but it fills up quickly, and if you are not here within at least a half an hour before the show, you will not be getting a seat. A lot of people will come in later and try to squeeze in and head up to the bar and stand in the doorway, but you will not get a seat if you are not here very early, aggressively early, I would say. Next up, we are going to wind on down to the back of deck 8 here, and we're going to check out Los Lobos and Cagney's. So Los Lobos is the Mexican restaurant. Cagney's is the steakhouse on board of Norwegian Cruise Lines. And then right in the middle, you are going to see the A-list bar, which splits these two restaurants. And you can grab drinks there while you wait for your table to become ready. Or if you just want to hang out here in the evening, you can certainly do that as well. We'll check out Los Lobos first. They're both the same exact size restaurant, same exact configuration, just on opposite sides of the ship. And obviously, Los Lobos is going to have more of a Mexican decor, and Cagney's is going to have more of a traditional steakhouse feel to it. Both very large restaurants. Cagney's, I will warn you, if you would like to go to Cagney's, make reservations early because it does get packed every night. And I feel like when it is really crowded, it does affect the quality. So something to keep in mind. I would recommend if you're going there to go early or to go late and not try to go between like 6:30 and 8:30. I've not had the best experiences during those times, but great experiences early and great experiences late. Now we're going to wind out here. We're going to go all the way to the front of deck 8, and we're going to look at District Brew House. This is on the port side of deck 8 in the front of the ship, which is the left side. Remember, port and left both have 4 letters. It's an easy way to remember your left and right. Right is starboard, which doesn't have the same amount of letters, so left and port are easier to remember. So they do have a ton of beers here. Obviously, you can see that they have all the taps and everything set up. Tons of different options on tap, tons of different bottle options, and they do have music in here at night. They also have a photo booth in here if you would like to do photos. Same thing as Los Lobos and Cagney's. We're gonna wind out of here and we're gonna head to the other side of deck 8, just right across the other side. They are basically connected. If you order food in here at District Brew House, you have to pay for it. It is additional. And it's gonna be coming from Food Republic, which we're gonna walk over to now. and we're going to check that out. It's just right across from it. It juts out into the walkway on deck 8, so this is the reason if you're wondering why you can't walk all the way around the ship outside of deck 8, which we'll see shortly. It is because Food Republic goes all the way to the end, so you have beautiful views. Some shaky camera work by me there, I apologize. It's one of my favorite restaurants. This is not included, it is a specialty dining restaurant. You sit down, you have these little iPads that you can order from. You order any kind of food that you want. You can get sushi rolls, they have Asian fusion, they have some Korean, some Thai, a bunch of different things. And look at the amazing views when you sit down here for dinner. Obviously only indoor seating here, as this juts all the way out to the front and the end of the ship. So pretty cool, great restaurant, highly recommend it. Now we're gonna wind out to the outside, which is the waterfront. I'm gonna let you enjoy this so you don't have to listen to me anymore. There is tons of seating out here on deck 8. It's one of my favorite things about Norwegian and the Breakaway and Breakaway Plus class ships. All this outdoor space on deck 8, so you don't have to be on the pool deck if you don't want to be. There is sun obviously on one side, shade on the other during the day, which is awesome. You can see how comfy these chairs are. And then there is seating out here for the restaurants as well, all the restaurants on deck 8. So there you have it. I hope you enjoy the rest of this tour. You got about 5 minutes left to enjoy it. Enjoy the music. Thank you so much for watching. We would love for you to subscribe to our channel. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching. I'm John from Bite Size Cruises. Bye.
Satisfied, my weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high.